It requires the combination of the right things to make a car work. Have a good engine, the proper drive wheels, a superb suspension, and maybe a handsome body to ensure that it drives well. But to be honest, a nice ride is always about how the gears are being dispatched. You may not agree with this, but it's a fact of life that when I say that when the transmission is crappy, the car is crappy too. Hello everyone, this is Ted from CarlandTV. Get in the front seat as today, I will be giving you examples of some great cars that were ruined by their bad transmissions. Before I start, I would really appreciate it if you would push those buttons below. The subscribe button, the notification bell, all of them. I do not require you to do so, but you would make me smile and push me to give you more valuable car-related content on your screen. Now buckle up, and let's get back to the video. Chevrolet Traverse with Hydromatic 6T75. This list starts with the Chevrolet Traverse, particularly the 2009 to 2017 models, and the 2013 model year. These were the SUVs that propelled the popularity of the Traverse lineup. Thanks to their robust and well-tuned chassis, they offered a good balance of efficiency and power. They have a spacious interior and typically deliver a comfortable and safe ride. Of course, these are the design ethos carried by the newer generations of Traverse. Fortunately, only the good things were adopted by the subsequent models of the Traverse. Had Chevy decided to include the transmission of the older Traverse, I am 100% sure that the Traverse would have been discontinued. You see, the 2009 to 2017 Traverse and the 2013 Traverse used the Hydromatic 6T75 transmission. This same transmission is also found on the older models of Buick Enclave and GMC Acadia. So if you are going to buy a used Acadia or Enclave, better check what transmission it uses. The Hydromatic 6T75 has a production code of M7X. It's a 6-speed automatic transmission that was manufactured by General Motors for its front-wheel drive cars and is touted to be better in terms of performance than other GM automatic transmissions, such as the 6T50 or the 6T45. Sadly, it didn't go the way its manufacturer intended, as this particular transmission was prone to shuddering, slipping, and complete transmission failure. It often necessitated Traverse owners to shoulder costly repairs or replacements, but that's not even the worst part of the story. Others would think that these issues would only manifest once the vehicle reaches 100,000 miles or more. But no. Most of the complaints indicated that the errors appeared as early as 50,000 miles, which is generally too early for a vehicle's lifespan. If that doesn't cause you dissatisfaction, I don't know what will. Of course, there were records of attempts to troubleshoot the issues of the 6T75. However, many drivers reported that the problem still persisted or recurred after multiple transmission flushes. Ford Focus with Power Shift. The Ford Focus, specifically the 2012 to 2018 models, is collectively known as a good car. This car is a lemon. It's stylish, fuel-efficient, and offers a suite of different provisions and appointments. The range of options for the Ford Focus is also extensive, including the 1-liter EcoBoost, 2-liter GDI, and 2.3-liter EcoBoost. These are some fantastic engines that breathe life into this rather simple car. I drove a 2016 Ford Focus once, and it offered great driving dynamics. It's not difficult to control and drive, even its steering is crisp. The interior doesn't feel cheap at all. Nonetheless, it should have been a good car, except for one flaw: its transmission, or more specifically, its power shift. The power shift dual-clutch automatic transmission, aptly called the DPS6, was designed to combine the best of what manual and automatic transmission can provide. Specifically, it wanted to be as efficient as a manual transmission and as easy as an automatic, which of course is great on paper. However, the power shift is marred with problems. I know this because I drove one. It is susceptible to hesitation, jerking, and slipping, especially if you drive the vehicle at low speeds. Even other drivers said that it doesn't accelerate well and is quite prone to sudden or unexpected stalling. If you are in the wrong situation, this could cause unwanted road hazards. Several culprits were blamed for the problematic power shift, such as faulty clutch components, poor input shaft seals, and even clunky software calibrations. Ford Focus should have been a good car, but right now, a lot of them are on sale because of this particular issue. Any Subaru with TR580 and TR690. One thing that we love about the Subaru is their rugged performance. These are off-road crawlers, thanks to their all-wheel drive systems and good overall reliability ratings. If you are residing in areas with heavy snowfall and icy roads, such as those in the northern states like Maine and Vermont, or mountainous regions like Washington or Colorado, it's ideal to drive a Subaru. Supposedly, the TR580 and TR690 transmissions play a part in establishing Subaru's backcountry reputation. On the surface, these transmissions should give various Subaru units better fuel efficiency and a smoother driving experience. Again, as the claims say, those transmissions that I just mentioned are better than conventional auto transmissions. Sadly, the actual drives tell the opposite story. For example, the TR580, which is used in specific models of the Crosstrek, Impreza, and Forester, has been noted for problems such as hesitation, slipping, and poor acceleration. Based on the stories of actual mechanics who have dealt with this transmission, the problem stems from the CVT's design. Apparently, the steel belts and pulleys wear out quickly, which leads to expensive and unexpected repairs. Specific issues also manifest in the case of the TR690. By the way, the TR690 is being used in Subaru units that are high on torque, such as my favorite WRX. This transmission, however, is no stranger to complaints, mostly of which pertain to solenoid failures and chain slippages. These errors caused the cars to exhibit erratic behaviors while they were on the move. Infiniti QX60 with Jatco JF010E. Similar to Acura, Infiniti is also a company under the umbrella of Nissan, so it's not surprising that most Nissan components, such as its engine and transmission, are also found on Infiniti cars, with the QX60 as a prime example. But to get on the same page, the Infiniti QX60 I am referring to here is its 2014 model. The Infiniti QX60 is a luxury midsize SUV with 3 rows of seating. It has a stylish exterior and a refined cabin that delivers a supple riding experience to its passengers, thanks to its spaciousness and quality of appointments. Even its V6 engine has enough muscle for an engaging drive, often delivering up to 265 horsepower. However, similar to other vehicles in this video, the 2014 Infiniti QX60's reputation has been tarnished by its CVT, or, to be more specific, the Jatco JF010E. But hey, this wasn't something that surprised me, as a substantial number of Jatco CVTs are littered with reliability issues. In the case of the Jatco JF010E, it's more of a chatter, noise, and judder problem, especially when you are accelerating the Infiniti SUV. The issue could be traced to its torque converter clutch release, line pressure, and even the primary-secondary pulley pressure. You also have to be wary about its bearings, as they tend to whine when the car is starting to pick up speed. I am also aware of instances where Infiniti QX60 drivers have experienced RPM surges out of nowhere, which is indeed horrific, especially when driving in high-traffic areas. Needless to say, these issues often necessitate extensive and costly repairs, making the transmission a significant weak point in an otherwise well-regarded vehicle like the QX60. BMW M3 E46 with SMG. One of the most beautiful models of the BMW M3 is the E46. Even if you don't agree with me on some of my takes, the E46 is wholly regarded as an iconic sports car. It has what a sports car should have: a wheel-balanced chassis, downright responsive handling, and an aspirated engine that exudes up to 333 horsepower. The steering is crisp and precise, and the overall design of the M3 E46 is just timeless, in my opinion. However, its SMG, or sequential manual gearbox, transmission has been a point of contention for many owners and critics. So it's not just me, you know. For starters, the SMG was an innovative transmission system of its time. Sure, that was the case, but it's also objectively difficult to maintain because of the cost. Plus, innovativeness doesn't always mean reliability, and the reliability of the SMG is questionable at best. There are many mentions of this transmission experiencing horrific issues, such as pump failures. This isn't something that you can fix without a deep pocket. Remember, we are talking about a BMW part here. Aside from that, the SMG isn't refined. It makes any BMW M3 equipped with a transmission difficult to drive. The best way I can describe it is that it's unpredictable and jerky. Because of these issues, many BMW M3 E46 owners shifted back to traditional manual transmissions. Who doesn't want a manual anyway? And that completes this list. Thanks for sticking to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and share buttons. I know it's a chore, but it helps the channel a lot. Until next time, drive safely.